Everyone, welcome once again to another live streaming. Today I'm making raspberry Bavarois. So let me show you straight forward. I will start by measuring I have here the raspberry. It has already been puree and sieve. I have puree the raspberry and also pass it through a fine sieve to remove any impurity so that it will be very smooth texture for the Bavarois. So first, I mix the puree very well with the help of the whisk to bring everything together to mix it well. To prevent that somewhere that is thicker under or thicker from in the middle. So I have mixed the puree. So for this recipe, I am using 650. I'm using 650 grams of the puree. So I'm going to add it to the bowl. For this recipe, I'm also using a powdered sugar because it dissolves very easily in liquid. So I will add the powdered sugar, but I will sieve it to prevent any lumps. Powdered sugar dissolves easily in liquid. That's why I always like to use powdered sugar in most recipes. I will use the rest for the heavy cream. Welcome once again to this live streaming. I hope you like what I do here. My aim is to show you how we make our meals here in our kitchen. My hope.
Someone asking.
I am making Bavarois. I'm making raspberry Bavarois. So Bavarois is a kind of dessert that is combined with fruit and heavy cream, sugar, and a binding, something to bind it together. That is to say, that is a dessert that you make without eggs, without using eggs. So you are using only heavy cream and you are using fruit, any kind of fruit. And in between, there is a binding to bring these two together. That is why you either use gelatine, or you use, if you are vegan, you can use agar. Agar. You can also use copper. A lot of other binding substances or ingredients that you can use to bring these two together. So I hope you understand. So this is a raspberry puree. I've already pureed the raspberry and I'm passing it through a very fine sieve so that to remove all the impurities and all the seeds from the raspberry. So now the sugar is dissolved. So now I'm going to make sure I have here the heavy cream. I am using this 650 ml of raspberry. So I'm making it half. I'm making it, you can, if you want to make it very intense, that this is intense, then you have to make it maybe 20, how do you call it? Make it 60, 40, or you make it 50-50. But what I'm doing now is 50-50. Basically, half raspberry and half heavy cream, sorry. So now I add the heavy cream to the bowl. Then I have here the flour sugar. Bavarois is a very delicious dessert, especially for this festive season. You can also use it in biscuit, as a filling in biscuit. So you can also add it, just use it as a base for filling, even in like a puff dough or a sand dough. You can also use it as a filling. So I just mix the sugar a bit so that it will not be flying everywhere. And now I will just mix it till it becomes stiffened. Not out. Okay, I'm back. I'm just going to mix it to make it 1/3 stiffer, not too flow and not too stiff. Just 1/3 way. To prevent it from going everywhere like this, you can just use a cooking towel over your bowl to prevent it from splashing or from messing your table. But because I want to show you people how it works, that's why I'm just leaving it open. But normally you have to cover it with a cooking towel to prevent it from splashing everywhere. Compliment of the season to everyone out there. And greetings from Belgium. So you see, it's getting stiffer, it's getting thick, but we are not yet there yet, because the more it's floppy, the better it will just be. It will be lighter and foamy when you add it to the raspberry cream, to the raspberry puree. So just a little bit. Okay, we are almost there. Look at that. It should just be like this. I just giving still just one whisk. Okay, this is the thickness. This is the thickness. It should be still running this way. That is the that is the texture you are looking for. You see, it's not too stiff and it's not too runny. Going to clean my table and clean my material before we continue. No, in the kitchen is always cleaning, cooking, cleaning. So it's part of our job as a chef. You are also a cleaner. Okay, my 3 ingredients are ready. That is a raspberry puree that has been, sugar has been added, flour sugar has been added to the raspberry, and that is a heavy cream that has been whisked to about 1/3, not fully. And I have here with me gelatin. I'm going to melt the gelatin and I will be right back. Okay, here is the gelatin. I have melted the gelatin. I'm using here powder gelatin. I first soak the gelatin, the powder gelatin, in cold water to dehydrate it. And then I just set it, just place it on the heat and melt it. You don't want to let it boil, because when it boils, it breaks the gelatin and the binding effect of the gelatin will go away. So it's just to melt it on a very low heat that is completely melted, that there is no graining in the gelatin anymore. And you can also substitute the gelatin with agar, and you can also substitute the heavy cream, soya soya heavy cream, also, or plant-based heavy cream. So the choices are yours. But now I am making, this is just a normal heavy cream, and I'm using gelatin since it's not a vegan recipe. Okay, so to start, I'm going to mix the gelatin. I'm going to mix the gelatin in the raspberry puree, but you have to do this very fast because it's very important. Because if you don't do it this way, you have lumps in your Bavarois, and it's not very pleasant texture in your mouth. That is why this step is very important. You don't want to miss it. So I'm putting my whisk in the raspberry puree, and I'm just whisking as the gelatin goes in, that everything is going in the raspberry puree. So you mix it immediately to prevent creating any lumps, because the raspberry puree is cold. So you want to give it a good whisk immediately to prevent any lumps. So the first is done. That is adding the gelatin first to the raspberry puree and giving him a whisk that don't have any lumps in the puree. And then the next is we are going to incorporate this to this or this to this. You can do it either way, but I will do it this way. I will add the raspberry to this and then just mix it slowly. You can use a whisk also. It doesn't really matter for gelatin because it's not egg white. If it's egg white, you have to be careful that it doesn't break. So thank you once again for staying tuned to this live streaming. I hope you guys are enjoying what we are doing here. Our aim is to show you what we do here in our kitchen, share our love and passion and knowledge about food with you. So, live from our little city of Kilno in Belgium. Welcome everyone once again, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with friends and family to whom it may be useful. Thank you once again. So I will show you the next step is to I pour the raspberry into so I pour the raspberry into the heavy cream. So it's not difficult. You just go with a circular move like this. And oh my God, look how beautiful it is. That is just, and it's so delicious. And I'm sure that everybody will be, anyone that received this on the Christmas table, and it will be, in fact, more than satisfied and happy. It's so easy, but so delicious. Look at that. It's so beautiful also to serve. But I also show you, make sure you stay tuned till the end so that you can see how I will present this delicious dessert. So I first use my wicks in a slow motion to incorporate everything, and now I'm using my spatula to continue. So look at that. See how beautiful it is. So beautiful. Look at that, is so good. So okay. So now a Bavarois has been made. That is the end result. Look how beautiful it is, how delicious that it looks. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to present this Bavarois. So I have here a ring or a barricade. So I will fill them up with this Bavarois. So here I have my wash back. So I just fill it with to be clean. So now I have my pot here. So I'm going to fill but the barricades. So in between I have a plastic, so that when I want to remove the Bavarois, that it will come out freely. That is why I put this plastic in between in the ring. Warte. The ring is okay. Just have to pull the ring because the plastic is folding out. It's not always that easy. It's not always that easy. Okay. Yes. Let me beat this first. I need to beat here. And it's always so difficult, but to go to fold the plastic. And can I even remove this one? Doesn't remove this. The table a bit again. So it's so the plastic a bit folding around and is and as it this one is going well. It's now Okay. So we going. Have to feel the push back with the Bavarois. It's a bit messy because of the plastic that should be in between, and sometimes the plastic, they are just an hassle to use. So you have to hold it, try to hold it. Yes, okay. Just an hassle for the plastic, but you hold it in between, you roll it, because it's difficult when you are working with one hand and you have to hold that plastic that is there. So now it's thin. Wait, okay. Yes, it's crawling again. So difficult to hold it with your two hands while you are pouring it in. Okay, we are almost there. You just have to it's a job that you have to be very slow, because that plastic is very difficult to pour something in between because it's already crawling. So, but if you want to put it in the ring just without that, it's not a problem. But then you have to use a knife to go round it, and it's not so smooth. So that is why I always use plastic around. So when you remove it, it's very smooth. So now I have only one ring. Not so easy. Okay, we got it. It's so it took some time, but it's done. It's done, and everything is sitting fine and well. Just all the extras. So I finished the rings. I feel the thing. It was difficult putting this plastic here, but that is to prevent it from sticking to the ring. And when I'm trying to serve it, it's also easy that I just place it on the plate and I remove that plastic.
Chef, what are you making?
I am making a raspberry Bavarois. So I already finished showing and demonstrating how it was made. So I use heavy cream, raspberry puree, flour, sugar, and gelatin to bind everything together. So that is the end result. So I will take it now to the refrigerator, and of course this is for the morning afternoon shift for tomorrow. So by 4 hours time it will be ready to be served to our clients. So that is raspberry Bavarois. If you have any other question, you can always ask it, and I'll be very glad to answer you or help you out. So I hope you're having a wonderful time and wonderful holiday. Wishing you a Merry Christmas in advance. So this is raspberry Bavarois made from scratch. I hope you like this video, all of you, and I hope that you like, subscribe, and also share with your friends and family. So, ciao for now, and see you in other video on a later time tip. Bye, everyone.